Hey everybody, Mark here from DoSetWoodworking.com. I want to talk to you a little bit today about shop heating. Now, I've been in this space about 5 years now. I've been wrestling with it for that long. I've tried some electric heating. I've tossed around the idea of gas heating. Nothing really worked for me. I was going to look into doing a wood-burning stove. Now, as much as I love the idea of a wood-burning stove, I simply don't have the time to come out, stoke a fire, tend to the fire, and then stand there and watch it burn out when I could be spending that time doing woodworking. Having a house and 2 kids and a wife, I'm busy enough as it is. I don't want to tend to that. What I did end up doing is going with a pellet stove. Now, I started the install yesterday and I finished it today. Not that it takes 2 days to do, totally maybe 2 hours at the absolute most. Really, really easy install. Works great. The beauty of this system, the reason I went with it, it's an auto ignite. It's simply push button start, you turn it on, when you're done for the night you turn it off. Now what this system uses, instead of using chunks of wood, it uses tiny little pellets. It feeds those pellets into a hopper. The hopper then drops those into a type of corkscrew auger. That auger then drops those pellets into a burning, basically a small pan where it burns. You've got a fan that burns in the bottom of the system. I'll show it to you in a minute. It sucks cold air from outside, pumps that up through the wood pellets, and then exhausts them back outside again. So what you end up with is a very small but very intense white heat. Now what I've done, I've just turned the system on. The auger's turning right now. It's starting to drop pellets in there. I'm going to do my best to show you, but with the door closed, it's a little bit hard to see. Now the beauty of a system like this is it's full of safety features. If the lid is opened for more than 3 minutes, it shuts down. If the front door is open for more than, I believe it's 2 minutes, it shuts down. If it runs out of pellets, again, it will shut down. Nothing that a wood burning stove can do. Now what you just saw there is a really quick rundown of how the system works. Basically, it's feeding pellets out onto a tray. Air is being blown up from the bottom. There's a heater in there that ignites the pellets, and then once you get it going, you get that really quick. So that was I just cut that down. That was maybe 3 minutes. So from the time that you push the button, I believe it's 5 minutes until you get a fire going. That fire heats up inside, I think for another maybe 5 minutes. I'm not going to go and read all the instructions, but and then once that fire really gets going inside there, a second blower comes on and actually blows that hot air into your shop space. So I had this going this afternoon, and in about a 3-hour span, it wasn't a hot day today, but it was 50 degrees in here, which is about 10 degrees Celsius. In less than 3 hours, it went up to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 21 degrees Celsius in the 3-hour span. So that's going to come in really handy when these Toronto temperatures hit below zeros. Okay, now it's been maybe 10 minutes at the very most. I've just been farting around with my camera and trying to tidy up a little bit. I'm going to show you what we've got after less than 10 minutes. So as you can see, we've got a really intense, it's not a huge fire, but it's a very intense small flame. In another maybe 2 or 3 minutes from now, the other blower is going to kick in. It's going to start blowing this heat out, and that flame will keep basically the way you're seeing it right now. Because there's constantly pellets being fed into it, you're not getting the flash and burn that you get with a log where you throw it in, you got to sit there and watch it for 15 minutes. It's going to get super hot and then drop down again. This stays very constant. There's 9 heat settings and 9 blower settings, so you can set your heat, set your blower to match from, obviously if it's not a cold day and you're just trying to keep the chill out. But like I say, Toronto, it's going to hit minus 10, minus 20, hopefully not minus 30. This is going to be super handy. Now I'm just going to cover the install really quickly. Again, it was a super simple install, a couple hours at the most. I'm not going to get too close because now I got a nice fire going, it's nice and warm, and I'm trying to edit some pictures in there so you can see a little bit closer what I did. But I'll run that through real quick. So on the back of the system, we've got our air intake, which is this one here. So it's a 2¼ inch hose, runs from outside, brings cold air in, feeds it into the back of the system, and then you have your exhaust that runs out. This comes with the system, the air intake. The exhaust, you have to buy that separately. That runs out. You got about 4 feet of hose, or rather of pipe on the outside, and that's about it. Standard 120 or 110 outlet for your augers and your fans and all that. It's a matter of cutting 2 holes in the wall, a 3-inch hole and an 8-inch hole, maybe 8 screws, 10 screws at the very most, and your system's installed. Again, I did it over 2 days just because I was busy, but all in all, 2 hours, system's installed, plug it in, push the button, shop heat. It's that simple. Well, folks, that's the install. I've got heat. I've just extended my woodworking season from 8 months to 12 months, but now I've got work to do. We'll see you later. Okay, I'm going to give you a little rundown on the shutdown mode now. I'm done for the night. I turned the pen. It's time for me to turn in. The system has, as simple as it can be, an off button. You hit the off button, the top auger will stop. It does not drop any more pellets. The bottom auger will keep going to empty itself. The fan will keep going until the fire is completely out and any fumes or smoke that's in there has been exhausted outside, and it will keep blowing that hot air into your room until the system has cooled down, and then the entire unit will shut down and you don't even have to stand here to watch it. You get to go to bed. Good night, folks.